So today, well, this morning we will learn you. It's a bit ambitious and a bit twirlish, but basically how we can use different tools, including grills, to build a clone of WhatsApp, and how this way you can become really rich, potentially $19 billion. But yeah, it's a bit twirlish. Let's be honest, some disclaimer. We won't build exactly WhatsApp during the session. We will show you the ways how to do that, how to include the same features. And the network here, it's not the best network we had. So the demos really heavily rely on the connectivity. So we will do our best, and we get some backups. We will see that at the end of the presentation.
I think the demo god will be with us, Sebastian.
The demo god, I trust the demo gods of Spain. So some words about us. That's Corinne.
Hi, I'm Corinne Krych. I am part of the Three Musketeers with Sebastian and Fabrice. We're doing a Grace plugin together, I think at night. It's our evening leisure. We are co-founder of the RivieraGUG because we live south of France in the French Riviera. I'm also an active member of the JavaScript user group. I am iOS tech lead for RedHat in the project AeroGear. I work with Sebastian. And I'm thank you. Wow. And I am also part of the Duchesse France movement, which helped to promote female developers. Sebastian?
Yeah, so I'm Sebastian. I'm also working at RedHat with Corinne on the same project. Not on iOS, but more on the push part. I'm also co-founder of the RivieraGUG, the coolest GUG of the world. Oh?
Yes, you can say that.
Yeah. And here's some info if you want to follow me on Twitter, chat with me on Gtalk or send me emails. And if you want to see the awesome work I'm doing on GitHub, you can just go to my GitHub repo. So that's it, let's get started. Okay, before we build the clone, and let's first make sure everybody knows what WhatsApp is. WhatsApp is basically an application that you can use as replacement of your SMS client. So basically you can send messages between different devices, and it's free. For instance, I'm using it a lot to send messages to my friends living abroad. So I've got a lot of friends in Holland, in Germany, or in Brazil, and it is just free. And the other cool stuff is that basically you have no account to create. It uses your device phone book, so you don't have to add your contacts. It takes your phone contact book, and if this contact is also using WhatsApp, so it's just linked together, so that's really nice. You receive push notifications, so the app has not to be running. It can be in the background, and when you receive a message, it will just pop up with a notification. And it's free. So that is what we need to respect to build our clone. So for doing this, for sure, we will be using our favorite tools. So including PHP, WebSphere. No, shouldn't joking. Sorry. Okay, so Corinne, we should to build our backend should be really easy to do. any idea what we could use?
I'm thinking hard. What kind of thing do you need?
Sorry?
What kind of thing do you need for your backend?
Yeah, just providing simple RESTful endpoints, being able to have some model objects. Easy stuff, but it has to be robust, easy to deploy, easy to develop.
What about Graves?
Oh yeah, that's great. Yeah, okay. So maybe we can use Grails for the backend part.
Oops. Sorry.
Yeah?
Yeah, Mr. Graves.
Mr. Grails.
I got
Mr. Grails. Okay,
Who does?
then for the client part, I'm really lazy, you know that.
I know it. Yes.
And I don't want to spend too much time on it and should be scaffolded for me. Almost everything. Have you any idea what we could use?
I've heard of a cool mobile scaffolding, you know.
Oh yeah, there was an awesome presentation about it yesterday, no?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we did it.
Okay, so let's use
Graves.
the mobile scaffolding plugin provided.
Yeah, AeroGear.
The AeroGear, yeah, and it has some push integration in it, so we.
Exactly what we need.
Okay. So, but this scaffolds a web app, and I want to make money. I want to put it on the stores, and maybe Mr. Rich will buy it for me. So it has to be a native app. So any idea what we could use for that, Corinne?
But you want to write only one?
Yeah, I want to stick to
write
to
in
web
JavaScript.
to web technologies, and I want to turn it into a native app. So I've heard something about hybrid apps. Yeah, and
What about PhoneGap?
PhoneGap, but maybe there's some open source
Version of PhoneGap?
PhoneGap.
Let's see.
Cordova.
Oh, Senora Cordova.
Signora Cordova. So Cordova. Oh yeah, that's great. And Cordova, so it can turn my app into a native app. But you know, with WhatsApp, it can just access your contact book, your phone book. How can I do that with my JavaScript? Is it,
You don't just want a web app. You want to access the mobile facilities.
Facility. For now, I just want to access the contact, but maybe I want to make it even cooler and, you know, be able to send pictures and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, you know the cool thing about Cordova is that you can easily build your own plugin or use plugin already there. And I think that obviously there is a plugin for contact.
The contact plugin.
So you could use it multi-platform then.
Excellent. So
Cordova is the guy.
So I get my backend, I get my front end, and the last piece is I need to be able to send push notification between devices. And I don't want to spend too many time on looking how it's working on the Google's network, GCM, on APNS. Should be really easy.
You want a unified way of
A
sending
unified way to sending push notification. That will be really awesome.
Then, Sebastian, I would recommend you to use AeroGear Unified Push Server.
Really?
Yes, it's a way to move forward.
Okay, excellent. So,
Yeah.
one last thing, we want a bit of security. We want to receive all the messages we receive. Would be nice if they are encrypted.
Yeah, you know that at AeroGear we take security very seriously, and we implemented authentication or authorization. But we also have encryption available, and we have symmetric and asymmetric encryption. Symmetric is private key only, and asymmetric is public-private key. So you can directly encrypt your store, and we also provide already facility for encrypted store, so you just use them.
Awesome.
Out of the box.
Out of the box. So I think we got all the tools we need
To build our WhatsApp.
to build our WhatsApp.
Is it on time?
So I think we can start by building backend and the front end, at least the web part.
Let's use our AeroGear mobile scaffolding then.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe.
I leave you the keyboard.
Yeah. And maybe you can just do a quick recap of...
Okay, so we're going to
I'm sorry?
we're going to go to IntelliJ or whatever idea you want.
I just have to drink.
We're going to, I think you already have a skeleton project available, Sebastian? Okay.
Empty app.
Empty app already there. And we're going to create our domain class.
Okay, it's a totally empty app. And let's start by creating a domain object. So let's do a new Rails domain class and let's call it message. And basically, yeah, he has to warm up. It's still early in the morning, so let's go to my domain object.
Still building.
Still building. That's scary. Okay. So maybe, oh, no, here we are. Okay, so let's keep it simple for now. Let's give it, when you receive a message, well, there's some content in your message. Your message has an author. It's the one who sends the message, and your message has also, let's say, a receiver. So that's basically all what the message is. Content, someone who sent it, someone that received it. And that's all we need to do. Oh, Corinne?
Yep.
So what I can do here is just HTML5, generate view.
Generate view.
Hey. That's
Or you
not,
can use the shortcut HG.
I'm lazy bit. View. And I didn't give any package, but that's no problem. Greach app, message, and here we go. Scaffold all the things. That's always so nice.
So here we're going to scaffold the view. It will be a web, everything is generating in web app.
We should see a lot of things appearing here, no?
Yes, it's coming. Yes.
Wow. So a lot of stuff happened. Maybe you want to explain just a bit what happened here?
The AeroGear mobile scaffolding is basically using Spring Kujo.js for the JavaScript MVC part. The bootstrap point is in the main.js file. It's using Topcat CSS for the rendering. It's a lightweight, it's Adobe also who's doing Topcat. It's a lightweight CSS for mobile. It's really fit for mobile because actually you can build only the widgets you need in CSS, and it's really lightweight and performant. And it's using obviously AeroGear for all the plumbing, so AeroGear for all the REST points, core and the pipes, and encrypted pipe. We're going to demo later.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry about the folder vertex. It's just a mistake I made yesterday. It's nothing to do with vertex, but Corinne, I think the app, before we can launch it,
You need to fetch the JavaScript dependency.
the JavaScript dependency. So basically, what is scaffolded here, you have the Bower JSON file. So I'm not sure everybody knows that. Basically, it's a Maven for JavaScript. So here you can put all your JavaScript dependencies inside, and it will just retrieve the whole internet just like Maven does. But it's really nice. So basically, you have to do an npm install before.
Yeah.
So let's go to the web app folder, and from there, just let's do an npm install.
Which itself will launch the Bower install.
And just hope that I'm connected to internet, which is not sure. Let me just make sure I'm connected. Hey. So, conferencia. Awesome username. Invitados. UPM and Groovy.
Secret. Groovy.
Groovy. Okay. So let's just break that and say, hey, try it again. And here so is reading my package.json file, which is, we can compare that to the POM file.
Yeah, it's a way to describe all your dependencies, and it's going to fetch them.
Hey, and here he goes. So here you see it's retrieving some stuff. But that's just a one-time operation. Right, Corinne?
Yes.
So. And here we go, Bower install. So the nice thing is with this plugin, it seems a lot and maybe a bit complicated, but we really scaffold and web app that uses really the latest technologies. You can really easily integrate Grunt with it. We already have Bower, so you can really create professional web app distribution by minifying your GS, uglifying your GS. And here is just doing a latest thing.
Is the connection still on?
I hope so. It will be really bad that he just breaks on our JavaScript from AeroGear distribution. But maybe it's done. No. I hope the network is still there. Yeah. I still have connection, so that's the demo girl's doing her first joke now, I think. Mm-hmm. Okay. Why is it? So basically, let's go back to the app. If we refresh here, we can see that we got a node modules where some dependencies have been retrieved that we need, and from the and I'm missing the important part, which is the
client part with
the Bower dependencies, which is not so. That's the point where I break this up and I'm doing some weird stuff, and you just imagine it was going really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So close your eyes, everybody. Now. Let me grab the Bower folder from another app, which is
that makes sense.
Which is the same. Okay. And what we got here? Maybe, just let me check one thing. Maybe GitHub is under attack again, huh? I think there's a DOS on GitHub right now. Awesome. Oh no, maybe it's back. Okay, so let me just try it once again, and if it doesn't work, you have the DOS, exactly, with Bower. Okay, but yeah, exactly. So, network, always funny. Let me find a place where I can grab this. So basically, that is what I need. And I just can paste it here, hopefully. Okay, at the same time, let's break it here before everything goes wrong. Does he have copy my, and now it's awesome, now my IntelliJ is tucked. That's so funny. Hey, here we go.
Here.
Is that on the right place? Is it in?
Yes.
Yeah, on the right level? It's not in app. Oh, okay, awesome. So, well, so normally it just goes fine, and what we can do here is just And before I do something silly, let me make sure my other grills is not running. That's my backup app. Okay, and grills, let's just run the app. And basically, we should have our client. Some secrets. And here we should be able to go to Greach. Which app I can type? This app and index. He will go by himself. No?
Here it is.
Okay, here it is. For this part, I will explain this later. That is something that is scaffolded on the grills part. But basically, what we want to see here is a message, and you saw it yesterday. For those who weren't here, basically it's scaffold. A CRUD app, which is mobile compliant. So if I start Ripple, it should work in Ripple. I don't know if you know. Whoa, that's awesome. That's so nice. Go away. So basically, here it emulates. I'm not sure what it emulates. It emulates an iPhone 5. So iPhone 5, you can see that's working great. We can just grab a message. Oh, and again with my fat fingers, and it is just doing weird. I don't know why, but so just to prove that it's supposed to work well, let's go back to the regular site. And what I can do here is create a message. Author is Corinne, and she say, "Hi Seb," and the receiver is Seb. And here we got a second demo effect. Sorry? Oh yeah. Oh, thank you.
Controller stuff.
Yeah. You're totally right.
We need a REST endpoint, Sébastien.
Yeah, that was part of the show, eh? So, for sure, it's magic, but not entirely magic. So, let me remind Corinne, please, because what I have to do here is basically add resources. Resources from Grills REST, right? And
as Graham just showed us earlier.
yeah.
We're using the
Okay.
resource
And
validation.
remind me what we have to put in there. We got to put also something, a mapping, no?
Yep.
Yeah. So
So it's
yeah.
URL.
You were sorry?
URL.
This way?
Yes, I think. And quote.
Quotes, and we do messages.
Messages, yeah.
I. UE. So. And it's equal. So basically that's. Do I need to restart?
Maybe the JSON type now.
Here?
Yeah, I think.
Okay. So
Type.
Formats. And here I pass array in JSON. Something like that. Should that be okay? I hope. So just to be sure, let's stop and run again.
So So here it's a native CSS from Topcoat using the lightweight theme. I think it's look pretty nice. Huh?
Basically, you have the
Out of the box.
the light theme and the dark theme. Okay, let's rate it again. Hey.
Sebastian.
Hey. And we send it to Corinne. Hey, and here we go. So basically what we have here is our basic credit app, which can be a really good start to build our WhatsApp. Here it's a bit silly because we're not saving messages. What we want is send messages. But before going there, let's put this app into a native app using Cordova. So
Let's go hybrid.
let's go hybrid. And I see we are already running late.
So we're going to go fast with it.
Yes. So basically, can you quickly explain how
So
Cordova works?
Yeah, what is Cordova? Previously named PhoneGap, so you may know it as PhoneGap. The open source part is named Cordova. It's basically produce native code, which we call, like if you have a platform iOS, it will produce an iOS project with all the iOS app delegate stuff and all that, and then launch app view, so really embed the browser within your native app.
Yeah.
And will execute your JavaScript code. So it's a bridge between JavaScript and the native feature. So you can code all your application in JavaScript and then actually use plugin to actually use the native feature like we're going to demo with the contacts plugin. You can also write native code, like if you want to come around and do your own stuff in iOS. And yeah, you implement it once in JavaScript and you deploy it everywhere. So that's you can compile it for all the platform depending on the platform you want. You pick the platform. You say I want iOS, I want Android, and we produce the binary for iOS and Android. And as I say, it's easy to extend with plugin. And with AeroGear, that's what we are providing, a bunch of plugins that you can use with Cordova, and we're going to show you how to use the Unified Push plugin.
Yeah.
So that you can actually use push notification going through Google Cloud Messaging, or Apple push notification. And it's magic because it's only 4 commands. You've got your web app, and we're going to show it to you. You got your web app, you just create a Cordova project, add the platform you want here at iOS, it could be Android, and then add the plugin if you need plugins. And here we're going to demo you our AeroGear push plugin, so we're going to add the plugin. And then you just build, and this build will deploy in the folder platform. You will have iOS, Android, whatever platform you choose to add. And then you can have a fifth magic command, which is Cordova run, and it will basically run it on your device if it's connected. Or you can use Cordova emulate, and it will bring the emulator. So it's really magic in a few commands.
Let's do the magic.
Yeah, let the magic happen.
Let the magic happen. Okay. So basically what we do here is Cordova create, not create app, but create, and let's call it Greach. 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 The Greach app, which is like RedHat. Sounds good. We can give it a bundle. Oh, sorry. Let's get a bundle. With app, and we give it a name. So basically the first is the folder where I put it, then a bundle that I give, and then the name of my app, how it will appear on the deployed device. So it should not take too long. So I've got my structure created. Now I can just cd into my app, and first thing I want to do is to add platform support. So basically what I do is Cordova platform, add Android. And here is just grabbing some jars, some needed files for Android. I copy that to my app, and basically now my app is, I can just build it for Android. then we have to add some plugins. So in our case, we want to add the AeroGear push plugin. So Cordova comes with a really nice command with plugin where you can search for plugins. So let's just search for AeroGear to see if we can find some stuff. And here we see a list. We got basically we got some plugins. Got the cryptographic plugin, the geo plugin, which is really nice. I won't demo it here today, but basically you can have geofencing, so you can define your fences really easily. And when your device enters a fence, it just calls a callback. So if you combine that with push or with geolocation, you can do a really nice thing. You get the OTP stuff, the one-time password. If you want to add extra security on your application, you should definitely take a look at this. And here's the one that we need is the AeroGear push plugin. So basically you can just do Cordova plugin, add, and you point to that. So it will resolve to the Cordova plugin repository, but here, if you want, you can point to a local folder, or even better, you can point to a GitHub repo. So here it's fetching the plugin, and it will just install it. Yes. And the other thing that we need is Cordova search, plugin contact. I forgot the word. Search. And here we see some, if you want to have, because BlackBerry is acting a bit different, you have to add this one. But in our case, this one, the official Cordova contact plugin should be enough. Cordova plugin, add this. So with this command line, basically we had push plugin, the contact plugin. It has also handled for us all the permissions because it needs some permissions, and it has updated the config file where the permissions are defined. So it has done a lot of stuff for us already. Before I deploy it, let me just copy paste the generated web folder into this stuff. So basically, I add not my. Let me just go to the right folder here.
So you're going to copy the web app from the Grace project into the www of Cordova, which is the place where you put your source code, www, and then we'll use this source code and produce the different platforms.
Exactly. So basically, what I need is all the stuff from here. So I just do a copy, and I just go to my Cordova folder now, which is here, Cordova, and here you see I create Greach app. This folder, I just can erase all the stuff here, just delete to trash, and here I copy my stuff. Here you're just supposed to not see that, but let me do that. Okay. And basically now we can just deploy this app that you just saw on the website on my Android device. So let's try it. It could take some time the first time I do it.
Do you want to show it for iOS too? Because you need to change the bundle.
Yeah, I will just deploy it for Android. Here I say build it, and it will build it. It won't take much time, I hope. So we're doing some stuff, compiling, and then you will say, it's built. Now you can deploy it on your phone. So the phone is just connected with the USB cable. It should be enough. So that is really exciting to see, I see now. Sorry for that.
It's a classical Android build, yeah.
It's the first time. It's a bit longer. If I do a second build after my app has been built for the first time, it won't take that long. So now it's really, really long. But basically, it's merging, so I think we are almost done. So build successful, and here we can say it's created some APKs for me. So now what I say, Cordova run Android, basically I just say deploy the APK on my device.
Okay. In the meantime, maybe you can activate the camera.
Yes. So should appear here, but I know the first time it's always a bit long. So while it's loading, let me just go back to the slide and just explain you. Oh, awesome. Starting my emulator. Hey, it's not recognizing. Oh, it's not recognizing my my Android device for some reason, which is something that always worked. Oh, here it is. So basically, it didn't recognize it. I don't know why. So by default, he went on the emulator, and the Android emulator is just horrible. So this time, you should deploy it here. The demo gods are pretty excited this morning. Okay, just while it is deploying here, let me just show you. For example, I've installed the contact plugin because we're running late and I won't be able to demo like that. So let me show it to you this way. Basically, the last line where we just can do navigator get.contacts find, and here we make some filters, whatever. And basically, it will really go into your contacts of your phone, and then you just pass through callbacks, and basically, in the unsuccess, what you will do, you will iterate on your contacts and display that as a list and showing all your contacts. So it's a really nice plugin. On iOS, they will ask you permissions. They say, hey, this app wants to access your contacts. So if you play with that, be cautious because it's very sensitive. You're really accessing your contact. Your app is accessing the contacts of your user. So it could be some problems with privacy, but it's just a warning. And I see here, hey, awesome. The app has been deployed, so sorry for the quality of the camera. It's upside down. Too many cables. Whoa. And what is that? Oh, yeah. So basically, you see here the app that we saw before. One thing, I won't show you the message because my Grills app is running on the local host, and I should deploy it somewhere. And it's a bit difficult to make the two communicate together because they are not connected on the same internal IP. When I made some tests yesterday, they just go on different subgroups. It's not that easy. But what I can show you, another cool stuff is if you get the latest Chrome and that you are using iOS, you want to debug your native app. And if you are Android 4.4 and you have got Chrome 30 for free, basically what you can say here is, hey, in Tools, Inspect Devices, and here you see my Nexus, and here you see hey, which app? So, inspect, let's inspect that. And basically, for those who knows what that is, I can just inspect the app that is deployed, and let me just go to the camera because it's just, you see? Exactly as a Chrome app. I can just, so I can do whatever I want. I can change the CSS, I can add elements. I got my console, so I can just type JavaScript console. I can directly debug. That is a huge saver. What I always was doing was ADP logcat, which basically dumps the logs from your Android device on your shell, and you were putting big letters to see your console out. But that is really really awesome. And it's just exactly like the Chrome tools. So just be sure that you get the latest Chrome installed, and it should be working just like I showed you. And okay, so I won't show you the context, but basically what we will do here is add another tab called context, and when you push it, it just retrieves locally all the contacts. And when we choose a contact, we can choose to send a message to it. So let me talk a bit about push.
Yes, and then we should.
And then we will, go to the backup, because basically I've got 10 minutes left. We got 10 minutes? 3 minutes. Yeah, but we start late. Progress. So let me tell you about push notifications. So push is to send small notifications to your devices. It's you all know that when you receive a life at Candy Crush, hey, you got a new life or whatever. You don't have enough money on your bank can also send you a notification about that. Basically, you have no connection to maintain because it's push from the network, from the constructors. So what we provide is a unified push server which will handle all the registration of your devices, and the UPS will manage the fact to send messages to the correct networks. We got a really nice admin console to manage all of this. I was planning to show that to you, but I think we won't go to there. Then we got some libraries to connect your backend to this unified push server. So basically we got a Java client, so it's just a jar that you can put in your app. We got a Node.js library, we got a PHP library. We are currently working on a Vertex mod. And of course we got a Grails plugin, which is just wraps this Java library. So, and for the client part, we got the plugin that we just installed before. So basically this plugin will handle the registration of your device to the UPS server, and it will also manage to receive the messages. So without using the push certification, you have a lot of things to handle by yourself. The different implementation to the GSM, to APNS. You have to also write all the client code to register your devices. And you have also to write all the backend connection part. And basically with AeroGear, it's a bit simpler, as we almost handled that all for you. I'm going very quick now. To connect your backend to UPS, let me show you just a Java example. Imagine you got a Java whatever backend app. All you need to do is import the jar with Maven or whatever. You create a sender and you create a unified push message. You give it some credentials, and then you have some criteria that you can pass, aliases. Before I just want to send this message to John and Maria, the alert, the message, and then you can put whatever payload you want. Some sound, default, so on Apple it will just do the to-do-do. You build your message and you send it. That's just really nice. And for Grails, basically we just import this jar, but what we offer is a sender service that you just can inject. And basically you can do exactly the same, but what you can do a bit more is you can manage your push configuration. So if you have the plugin installed, you just do /push config, and you should come to a really nice scaffolded page, but where basically you can create a new, so here you could say my message service, and here you get some circuit credentials, and a server you just created, and it will bring you to this page, and before you connect all your logic, and if you have all configured all nicely, you can just say, hey, test app, and you send it, and basically it will send a message to all the devices that are configured to receive messages. So basically we got here all the pieces we need. We know we were running late and we got some connection problems, so to finish the demo, we got yesterday really late, we made a screencast. It's not so long. So let me just find it where it is. And here it is, screencast, and just let me open that. Let me just, for the sound, because I'm not doing the voice over. And now. Yeah. Okay, so let's demo our WhatsApp clone. What we have here is a version on the iPad, freshly deployed. So it's the first time, and we get to register the first time we start the ARP. So to register is just a matter of putting your phone number. So it's just a matter of putting some number. I think it's the same with WhatsApp. The first time you started, you enter your own phone number. And that is just a sign saying, hey, okay, I'm registered with the push server. Okay. And then you see here all the contacts, and that are the real contacts from my device. So let's call, you see, Corinne has a lot of contacts, you know, a lot of people. And let's send a message to Fabrice, which is here, just next. And we choose Fabrice, and we say, hello, Fabrice. And we just save this message, and we check here on the other side, and we can see that you heard the sound, we just received a message, and here you can see, hello Fabrice, from the phone number. So awesome. Basically, we got our WhatsApp clone. It just checks all the contacts of your phone, and if this contact has also this app installed, so you can just send messages. And that was the demo, huh? Yeah. So basically we couldn't, the hope was to do that live here, because we got so many problems. The Wi-Fi here is cutting the Android GCM network. So basically, if you're not in roaming, not using 3G, the Wi-Fi of the university is just cutting the push notification from Android. Yeah. For some really strange region. But not for Apple. And not for Apple. So probably some blacklisted stuff. So we decided yesterday in the lobby, we did that was 11 in the evening, and we say, so basically that's the idea. So it was really the purpose of this presentation was to really show you that we all have the right tools, the right bullets, that to do exactly the clone from WhatsApp, and including some exciting stuff like pushing, like using hybrid applications, that debugging stuff that with grills really easily. And I hope you enjoy it, that you learned some stuff, and that you would like to play with it. Just contact both of us. I will try to clean a bit of things up, and there will be some repos with basically these demos apps that you just can fork, clone, and just deploy on your devices with some instructions how to set up the unified push server, and etc. So we're done here. If any of you have questions, please, it's now or never.
It could be afterwards.
Afterwards, sure. I'm here all day, and I'm even here tomorrow until the end of the day. So, anyone has questions? No? No questions? In this case, I would like to thank you.